Great morning. Today we're going to look at the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous because I know a few of you were a bit confused. So you need to know how to form the present perfect simple before you look at this. So using has or have done. So by the end of this, you should have a better understanding of the difference between the present perfect simple and the present perfect continuous. So just to summarize the differences we'll look at. It's basically present perfect continuous focuses on how long, unfinished activities, the focus is on the activity, and it's for temporary situations, so situations that you see lasting for a short time. So it uses has or have been plus the ing of the verb. The present perfect simple looks at how many, finish time, focuses on the result, and for permanent situations, so uses has or have done. So for how long and how many, we've got two examples here. I've been writing my essay for 2 hours. So 2 hours, the focus is on for how long. So when the focus is on how long, we use present perfect continuous. So you've got the has or have, the been, and the ing of the verb writing. For the second sentence here, I've written 2 essays this morning. 2 essays is telling us how many. So here we use the present perfect simple has or have plus the done or the past participle. Okay, a second difference is whether the activity is finished or unfinished. For example, I've been spending time with your girlfriend is unfinished. If somebody says this, you should be very angry with them because they are still going to carry on spending time with your girlfriend. And if they're telling you this, it's a very bad sign. So this is present perfect continuous. It's has or have here because it's I, been plus the ing of the verb. The second one, I've spent time with your girlfriend. It's finished now. They've spent some time with your girlfriend in the past, maybe before she was your girlfriend. So maybe they are just being honest with you and they are still your friend. The first one, they definitely aren't your friend anymore. A third difference is the focus on the activity or the result. So, for example, she has been painting her room. Maybe now she is covered in paint. Okay, so she is very messy. Why is she so messy? Why is she covered in paint? She has been painting her room. The second one, she has painted her room blue. The focus is on the result. So when you go to the room, it will be completed and it will be a lovely blue room. Another difference between the two is whether something is a temporary situation or a permanent situation. So a permanent situation you see staying for a very long time. Temporary situation is just for a shorter period of time in your mind. Okay, so for example, I've been living in Singapore for 3 weeks. This is a temporary situation, so it's only 3 weeks. They may stay longer, but maybe they're only in Singapore for a short time in their mind. So we use continuous. So I have been plus the ing again. I've lived in Singapore for 3 years is seen as a permanent situation, so it's something that will continue for a very long time, maybe for the whole of their lives, so there is no plan to change it. Here it's present perfect simple, so I have done. I have plus the past participle. Again, this can change to has or have depending on the subject. Okay, just to sum up, for the present perfect continuous, it's for how long things happen for. So for example, for 2 hours. It's for unfinished activities. So I've been spending time with your girlfriend. It's still unfinished. I will spend more time with your girlfriend. It's a focus on the activity. So she has been painting her room. So maybe that is why she is covered in paint. And it's for temporary situations for a short period of time. that may well change in the future. So, for example, I've been living in Singapore for 3 weeks. Maybe next year I'll live in Vietnam or China or Thailand, wherever it may be. Okay, for the form of the present perfect continuous, we've got the positive sentence, he has been playing computer games for 2 hours. So you've got the subject, you've got the verb have, it depends on the subject, so it would be I have been, he has been. Okay, been comes after the has in the positive sentences, so it never changes, it is always been. And then you've got the ing of the verb. So he has been playing computer games. I have been playing basketball. We have been running for 2 hours. So it's always the same form here. For the questions, the most natural question for present perfect continuous is how long. So how long has he? So he has changes to has he. Okay, then the been and ing stay in the same order. Computer games for. So this is the most natural question in the present perfect continuous. Sometimes for tests, you may need to know how to make questions like this. So has he been playing computer games for 2 hours? So the has comes to the front before the he. Again, if it is you, it would be have. So have you. Okay, here been never changes. The ing of the verb never changes. Okay, so that's a question you may need. A sentence in the negative, which again you may need for tests. He hasn't been playing computer games for 2 hours. So you just put hasn't instead of has. Okay, this sentence probably isn't used so much in English, but you may well be tested on it. So it could mean he hasn't been playing computer games for 2 hours. He has only been playing for 1 hour. Okay, or he hasn't been playing computer games for 2 hours. He stopped 2 hours ago. So it depends on the context and meaning for this. Okay, just to summarize for the present perfect simple, it's for how many. So I've written 2 essays. Focuses on the result. It's for finished actions. So I spent time with your girlfriend. Focuses on the result. So she has painted her room blue. It's a blue room now. Permanent situation. So I've lived in Singapore for 3 years. I see it happening for a long time. So present perfect simple, we use has or have plus done. Okay, and just to summarize the differences between the two on one screen, present perfect continuous is for how long, simple is for how many, continuous is for unfinished actions, simple is for finished actions, continuous is for focusing on the activity itself, simple is focusing on the results, continuous is for temporary situations, so just for a short time in the speaker's mind or writer's mind, and the present perfect simple is for permanent situations. So the continuous you use has or have been doing, and for the present perfect simple has or have done.